Welcome to Accent on Education. My name is Laura Hoover. I am the Culpeper County Public Schools Director of Communication. Today we have a great show for you. We are going to introduce our new Director of Transportation, and also you will hear from the Culpeper County Public Schools Teacher of the Year. First, we'll start with transportation, and I'd like to welcome our new director, Theresa Caporuscio. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
I'm excited for you in your new position, and would love to introduce you to the community. So tell me about yourself and what has led you to Culpeper County Public Schools Transportation Department and to this new role as director.
Okay, well, I started driving a school bus about almost 20 years ago. Learned how to train to be a trainer, school bus driver trainer with the VDOE, Virginia Department of Education.
Mm-hmm.
And I came to Culpeper County as a school bus driver and a trainer at that point. I earned my certification with the DMV so that we could be third-party testers here at Culpeper County Public Schools, the Transportation Department, so that Culpeper County can train a bus driver, a new bus driver, to be a bus driver, and I can also test them and they can get their certification, their licensing with the DMV through us so that they don't have to go back and forth to the DMV.
That's great.
Yes.
Now, if I remember correctly, that's something that you started when you were the trainer, that because of your path with the VDOE.
Yes,
That's
yes.
great.
One of our previous directors started us down that path, and I just carried it forward and kept pushing and pushing and pushing. Can we? Because during 2020, when everything was shut down, it could take a month or 2 months before we could even get an appointment with the DMV to be able to get our drivers tested.
Oh, okay.
So that was frustrating. This way, I can schedule them on our schedule.
That's great.
Which brought us great leaps and bounds.
That's excellent. So if someone wanted to go through this process, are they paid for this training?
Yes, they get paid upon hiring. After they're hired, their
Okay.
first paycheck, I believe they will get their training pay.
That's great.
Yes.
Awesome. Well, as the new director of the department, do you have any goals, or what are your goals for the transportation department moving forward?
My goals for transportation is always safety. I push that anywhere, anytime I talk to any of the drivers, aides, anybody in transportation. Safety first, to get their kids to and from school or whatever event they're going to safely. I like to boost a little morale, support the drivers, support everyone in transportation, get them whatever it is that they need to succeed. So if they succeed, the entire department succeeds.
That's great. And I think safety first, that's the most important thing when it comes to our students, so that's great.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, I'd like to talk about Bus Patrol for a few minutes. Bus Patrol is our new stop arm camera program that will catch vehicles that illegally pass school buses.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit more about Bus Patrol.
Bus Patrol is a great thing, a great tool to have on the school bus. Ultimately, we don't want any vehicle to pass a bus at all, because that is a life in front of us. So, but troopers and police, law enforcement can't be everywhere, and unfortunately, cars do pass, so that's an instant ticket as soon as they pass our reds.
Now, if someone receives a ticket from Bus Patrol in the mail, should they call Culpeper County Public Schools?
No, ma'am. They should just go ahead and pay the ticket.
Okay. But I will point out, if they have questions, we do have a link on our website with a number that they can call for Bus Patrol. But I agree, if you pass a school bus, pay the fine, and hopefully we can stop people from passing the buses.
Yes, just be prepared when you see the ambers come on, slow down, those reds come on, just stop.
Have you heard any feedback from the drivers about Bus Patrol?
They are happy that the people are getting tickets, that they're getting caught. because before we used to have to be able to take the license plate, the car, the driver, and that's a lot on while you're trying to get our kids on and off the bus safely. You're watching this, it's a lot. So this way it's instant. They don't have to worry about that. But yeah, ultimately our drivers want them to stop.
Right, absolutely. It goes back to our goal of safety for our kids. Okay, so another thing, a hot topic in transportation, electric buses.
Yeah.
So Culpeper County Public Schools added 2 electric buses to our fleet within the last
2 years.
2 years. And we'll soon be adding 4 more with the Clean School Bus Rebate Program. How is it going? How is the implementation of the or addition of electric buses to our fleet?
It's going pretty good. We have had some issues. We've got 2 international buses, and Kingmore is great. They come down anytime we have an issue, and they do their best to resolve it. We've had some downtime. Ultimately, I think the electric buses are working out very well. We don't. They only have about a 100-mile radius per charge, so we can't really utilize them on field trips unless it's a local one. So mostly they're in-town, close routes. I've taken it on a country route, which it does pretty good. I'm pleased with them. We are about to get 4 Thomas electric buses, and they're going to start building the infrastructure charging stations and all in the spring.
Okay.
So
you've
we'll have
6.
6.
That's exciting. Yes. So you've driven the electric bus?
Yes, ma'am.
Is it different from driving a diesel bus?
It is.
Okay.
It's a whole lot quieter. And so you'll hear the children, and the children are like, boy, this is quiet. You know. But there's less to pre-trip on the bus because it's electric. There's, not a whole lot of things under that hood that you're going to be looking at. So it is a learning experience for someone coming from a diesel gas bus to the electric bus. You've got to get used to, when you're at a complete stop, taking your foot off of that brake, because it's like driving a golf cart. Sorry, I drew a blank there for a second. It's like driving a golf cart. So when you take your foot off that gas, you've got to be ready to get it on the off the brake. You have to be ready to get it on the gas, so you're going to roll a little bit. But it's just a little learning curve, but not difficult at all.
So you have 2 drivers that are driving the electric buses on their regular routes.
Yes.
Do you have anyone who is ready to sign up for the new electric buses?
Yes, I'm actually talking with a few. Their buses are a little crowded. So, they might have a couple people that are 3 to a seat. They could use an upgrade. The electric buses are a little larger than they're like a 7. I think our internationals are 71 passenger. I'm not sure. I think these Thomases might be a 77. So, I'm looking at the ones that have a close route and may need a little bit of more room. I'm trying to encourage them to give it a try. I do have a couple bites, so. That's good. We do have 2 drivers designated to those buses, but we also have other drivers that are trained that can jump in and use that bus.
Okay. So the new electric buses are coming, which is exciting, but the Transportation Department has something exciting coming up later this month, the Great Kindness Challenge.
We do.
Tell me about that.
Yeah, you were talking. I'm like, we have something exciting. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. So last year we did the Great Kindness Challenge. Last year was, I can't remember our theme. Oh, yeah, drawing a blank on that one. But this year's is Kindness Grows. So the last week in January, we encourage our drivers to come wherever they have something nice or kind to say about anyone else in our department. They come and they'll write it on a piece of paper, which is this year, because Kindness Grows, it's a flower garden. So we encourage them to come write a nice, kind quote about somebody or something on a flower and help our garden grow.
That's awesome. And you've also started a quote of the day?
Yes. So let's see, last month we started a positive outlook on, a positive vibe for our department. So in the afternoons, we would say a nice positive motivational quote. The drivers seem to really enjoy that. Mindful moment, we call it as well sometimes. Just something to stop, reflect, and then move on. I've gotten positive feedback from some drivers, and I've also heard that the children are enjoying that too.
Oh, that's great.
That are boarding. We do it about the time the buses are boarding in the afternoon, high school.
Well, I will say that the bus radio is, we hear it in our office, and I enjoy it as well.
Good,
so
good.
keep it up.
Good.
So one of the things we always talk about with transportation, we need bus drivers.
Yes.
So I assume that that is still the case.
Yes, ma'am, always.
Okay. So one thing that's important to let people know is about the signing bonus. Talk about the bus driver signing bonus.
So right now we have a signing bonus going on. It's $1,000. If you go through our training and you sign on to be a school bus driver, we'll give you $1,000 upon hiring. So we will also give, so like if you were to refer someone to us, you being a Culpeper County Public Schools, not transportation, employee, if you refer somebody to come to our transportation department and go through our training and become a school bus driver, you'll also get the $1,000.
That's awesome.
So it's a signing and a referral bonus right now. So yeah.
That's great. Well, I noticed that there's a billboard out on 29 recruiting bus drivers, so hopefully folks have seen that.
Yes.
But if someone wanted to get more information about becoming a bus driver, what should they do? What would you tell them?
I would tell them to give us a call down at transportation, and I'm happy to give you a call or answer any of your questions. We have trainers that are able to call you back and answer any questions that you would have, but definitely give us a call.
Okay.
What, 540-825-5446?
Sounds good to me. Sounds right. Great. Well, Theresa, congratulations on this new position. I'm excited to see all the great things that are happening, will continue to happen in transportation. And thanks so much for coming and sharing this with us today.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
All right. Next up, we will meet the Culpeper County Public Schools Teacher of the Year.
Hello, my name is Michelle Metzgar. I am the Executive Director of Human Resources for Culpeper County Public Schools. It is my pleasure today to introduce to you our Culpeper County Public Schools Teacher of the Year, Miss Courtney Sims.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
Courtney is the reigning Culpeper County Teacher of the Year, but it all started at Sycamore Park where she teaches 3rd grade. So we're going to have her talk about her background, education. How'd you get started?
Oh, awesome. So I went to Goochland County High School, and from there I went on to the University of Virginia, where I got my Master's of Teaching in Elementary Education. And from there I actually was able to get a job back in my hometown. I started teaching in Goochland at Randolph Elementary.
That was nice.
Yeah, it was really nice to go back home. And I taught 3rd grade for 5 years, and then 1st grade for 2. And then we made the move to Culpeper, where I started in kindergarten for 3 years, and now I'm in 3rd grade.
And your husband, he teaches?
He teaches history at Eastern View, and he's loving it. This semester he has World 2 for all of his
Excellent.
classes, and he's really enjoying it too.
Perfect. So growing up, what made you decide you wanted to be a teacher?
So I am the fourth of 5 daughters. I have one little sister.
wow.
Yes, there's a lot of girls in my family.
All girls.
All girls. And so growing up, we always played school together. I was always the teacher when we played school. I taught my little sister all of her homework each night. And then when I got to the high school level, they had the program Teachers for Tomorrow. And I was actually able, my junior and senior year, to go into classrooms.
That's so exciting.
And experience what it's like to be a teacher. That really solidified the fact that I wanted to teach. So my senior year, when I was looking at what colleges to attend, I really focused on making sure I was getting into a school that had a really good education program.
Wow. We do in Culpeper have the Teachers for Tomorrow
It's
program.
the best program. I love that program.
Excellent. I'm excited to hear that.
Yeah, it was wonderful. I would love to have a cadet in my classroom one
So
day.
you knew going in, when you applied for schools, that was it. You were a teacher.
Yes, I was a teacher. Yes, 100%.
And you loved UVA.
I loved UVA. Wahoo wah.
What do you think the most rewarding thing is for you being a teacher?
So my biggest passion is literacy, teaching students how to read, teaching them how to navigate the literal world. And so that's the biggest reward, is watching a child go from being a non-reader to being a reader, and seeing them learn from what they're reading is just the most rewarding piece.
What have you learned from your students?
Oh my gosh, I've learned so many things from them. The biggest has to be patience. I feel like every teacher would attest to, you become a more patient person as a teacher. But for sure, resilience, I think, is another piece that I've learned from them, because children are just inherently so resilient, and they're able to take on so much and just keep that smile on their face and keep the wonder. And it truly is magic being a teacher, and just watching them learn and grow. It's really rewarding, and it's really wonderful.
What's your best part of the day?
My best part of the day has got to be my small group readings, reading groups. Just
And how many
working with
kids do you
them.
get to work with during that time?
Usually 6,
Okay.
6 to 7 in a group, and that's when we get to kind of hang out and slow things down and take things part by part and work together and enjoy a good story together.
Right.
And they get to shine with their background knowledge and get to share what they know about what we're reading. And it really is it's a very special, sacred time in my classroom.
If you could tell parents anything about reading, what would you tell them?
Oh, read.
Read
Read as
to your
much as you
kids.
can. Let your kiddos choose whatever they want to read. Graphic novels are okay. Comic books are okay. As long as the kiddos are reading, we're happy people.
Good. So we were at the November school board meeting. Everyone gets to be introduced, all of your other peers from every other school, and you get announced as the county winner of the year. What were you thinking? What was going through
Oh
your
my
head?
gosh, I was so surprised because standing there listening to everyone else's accomplishments, we're just so fortunate to have
We have so many wonderful
amazing educators in our county, and just listening to everyone else's stories, I was like, oh, they're gonna get it, and then the next, oh, they're gonna get it, and then it was announced as me. I was shocked, but a happy shocked and very prideful and very honored.
Well, that's good. Tell us about how your family reacted to the
Oh my
news.
gosh, my mom was the most excited. She unfortunately is suffering from a condition called giant cell arteritis at this moment in time, where she's not able to be out in public right now because
Right.
her immune system is very low. So she wasn't able to be at the school board meeting, but she watched it on TV at home.
And she'll see you
she,
today.
And she'll see me today. And she was over the moon excited. She called me immediately once it got out and screaming, joyful. And then she would reach out to the University of Virginia to let them know I won this award.
Did they get back to
They
you?
did. They did a little interview with them as well. And they posted me on their website, and she's just been the most proud. And everyone else is also very proud, but my mom takes the cake when it comes to pride. And my husband is also very, very excited for me. Him being a teacher in the county too, he truly knows what it takes to be a teacher, and
Right.
he truly understands that this is a huge honor.
Now, you have 4 sisters then. Are any of them teachers?
No, my 2 older sisters are nurses, and then another works for Wells Fargo in their bank, and then my younger sister homeschools her children. Her husband's in the Navy, and so
Okay.
she works.
So she's kind of a teacher.
She is kind of a teacher. I shouldn't discredit her. She definitely is doing some teaching, and I definitely have helped her out with it too.
Oh, I was
Just
gonna say.
let her looking through her curriculum and
Oh, well,
stuff.
that's
Yeah.
nice.
So it's been really great. We were able to collaborate a little bit.
All right, so tell us about what Courtney's going to do moving forward. What are your goals? What's next for you?
So right now I'm at Averett University getting my reading specialist certificate to tack onto my license, and I plan on becoming a reading specialist and taking that love of literacy and that passion into a more focused career.
Excellent. And reading specialists, for those people that don't know what reading specialists do, tell us a little bit more about how it operates. What does reading look like for a reading specialist at the elementary school?
So at the elementary level, we work primarily with, we are assigned different grade levels. And so I'd probably work with 1 or 2 grade levels where I'd go in and help coach the teachers on how to best meet their reading needs. And then I'd also work with groups of students to bolster their reading needs. And I'd actually work with smaller groups, so doing the things that I love with a small group. That's still going to be in my future, working with kiddos across the different grade levels that I would work with. So it's still
Excellent.
it's very focused on just increasing students' literacy needs.
Perfect. So as an HR director, I'm always looking for new talent, new teachers to come to the area. We're growing. So as a recruiter, if I'm going to recruit new teachers, what are you going to tell them? Why should you come to Culpeper?
Oh, Culpeper's the best. Everyone should come here. Everyone should teach here. And just it truly is a family feel. At Sycamore
agree.
Park, we are, at the park is kind of our hashtag, and we just support each other. And our focus is we believe in kids. That's the motto at Sycamore Park, and it's the truth. Like, we truly are here to serve our students, and we are very much working together and collaborating on how to be the best for our community that we can be. And I love working here.
Well, it is a pleasure to have you as our Teacher of the Year.
Thank you so
I
much.
appreciate you coming in, taking a little time away from your kiddos this morning to talk with me, but thank you. We are blessed to have you, and we wish you the very best.
Thank you so much. I'm very, very honored.
Thank you, Courtney.
Thank you for joining us today. We would especially like to thank our guests, Theresa Caporuscio and Courtney Sims, and our guest host, Michelle Metzgar. We look forward to seeing you next time for Accent on Education.